Hello, good morning from a bus shelter in the Test Valley, to be more precise, Long Parish in Hampshire. I'm about halfway round a 200-kilometre DIY audax today. I have been monitoring the Environment Agency website overnight and first thing this morning. I wouldn't go anywhere near a severe flood risk where there's risk of life. I consider myself to be resilient, but I'm not sort of irresponsible or foolhardy. There was one place where there was a risk of groundwater, and that was crossing over the River Avon. That was crossing over the River Avon between Laycock and Bowden Hill. If I couldn't have got across there, it'd been game over. I'd have turned around and gone home. As it was okay. But before that, I did have to detour around some lanes. The stretch between Neston and Gastard, it was just unrideable. So that cost me about 20 minutes, but hey ho, although it cost me time, it also meant I did added distance. So it just means I'll pass through the 200-kilometre mark a bit earlier this afternoon, further away from home, admittedly, but it should be okay time-wise. To be honest, I don't really care that much these days. It's not about points, it's about getting out and having a good time. There was a second flood on the road between Pewsey and just before I crossed over at Oxenwood over into the Bourne Valley. It was really nice actually. It was about 100 metres long and it was probably up to car hubcap depth, and the cars were taking it one lane at a time, and I just followed this lorry through, and I'm like Moses, to be honest, because it sort of forced the water to either side, so it was like rolling through the Red Sea, and that was reassuring because at least you know you're not going to hit a submerged pothole. Then the Bourne Valley is fantastic. It's normally sort of just a trickle or even dried up. Today it's really green and flowing fast and really lush. That's really nice. Started off really early this morning, in theory, to try and beat the rain this afternoon, but that didn't really work because it's been raining in the last hour or so. I'm really enjoying it. It's good to get out. And also I'm going to be starting 300 kilometre distances soon, so it'll get me used to getting up at early times in the morning. So early lunch and I'll be on my way soon. It's now 6 AM and I'm outside Kingsdown Golf Course. I've just climbed out of Bath up Kingsdown Hill. Today is February the 19th and my last 200 was on February the 5th. In between, it's my 60th birthday. Me and Linda took the coach up to Blackpool, stayed in a travel lodge for 5 nights, went to shows and just generally had a good time. That was really nice. Since we've been back, the weather's just been very, very wet and wild. I've been doing a lot of turbo training indoors, and also we've got a treadmill, so I've been running on that. Wanted to get out today, and so today I'm heading eastwards out through the Pewsey Vale, doing a big loop around the outskirts of Andover in effect, and coming down the Bourne Valley, Test Valley to Salisbury, back up the Wiley Valley. There's 3 flood warnings, not severe, there's no risk to life. That would just be irresponsible going out on days like that. The first one is going to be near Bower Hill, the other side of Laycock. There's no alternative. If that's flooded and impassable, I'm going to have to turn around and go home. I'm okay with that, I'm cool with that. The second one is in the test valley. That's actually gone down overnight from a red to an orange. The water seems to be receding. There's no guarantee, but there's an alternative. There's a main road, and I'm pretty sure that will be open. Again, if not, I'll turn around and come back. And then the last one is in the Wylye Valley, coming back from Salisbury up towards Warminster. Again, there's an alternative. If that road is flooded, I'll just detour half a mile right and get on the busy A36. I'm on a series of lanes between Corsham and Laycock, and in the distance there's a really nice band of pre-sunrise orangey sky. That's the direction I'm heading, so that looks promising. A quick update: there was a no through road sign flood near Neston. Now I chanced it and I got there, and the pond on the big left hand bend before you drop down was completely waterlogged, and you couldn't see how far around the corner it went. It just seemed unsafe, so I did 3 sides of a square to avoid it. I'm about 20 minutes behind schedule, but hey, look at that sunrise, that's worth it. I'm coming up to my point of no return. If I get across the bridge at Laycock, I'm going to proceed. If that's closed, I literally will have to abandon and go home. This is the River Avon near Laycock. I'm just about to climb Bowden Hill. It's 10 o'clock now, and I'm doing a long climb out of the Pewsey Vale across to the Bourne Valley. There's quite a long, fast stretch coming up. It's very gradually downhill for several miles, and then a gentle transition into the Upper Test Valley. My halfway point will be Stockbridge in the Test Valley. That's where I do the big turn and then start coming back towards Salisbury westwards. Now riding alongside the River Bourne Valley, down to Hurstbourne Priors, Hurstbourne Tarrant. It's actually quite drizzly now and I'm getting quite wet, but I'm actually really enjoying this. The reason being is this stream, this riverbed is quite often dry or even just a small trickle, so to see it flowing like this, it is so clear, it really is. You can see all the green growth on the bottom, just looks so lush and green. This is the River Test at Warewell, north of Stockbridge. There was a flood warning here last night, and you can probably see why. The river's very high, the fields are waterlogged. This crossing of the River Test south of Warewell was another one I thought may be problematic. You can see it's running very fast, that mill, but it's okay. The backup plan was I'm heading towards Stockbridge, and that's a B road. It's not too bad to ride along there to Stockbridge. It's just nicer going this way. I'm now leaving the Test Valley as I climb over towards Salisbury, and then I'll drop down into the Dun Valley on my final run into Salisbury, and then the last leg up the Wylye Valley. A few miles before I get to Salisbury. Now 4:45, time for an update. So I'm heading north from Salisbury on the Wylye Valley Road. It's part of the Wiltshire Cycleway Salisbury leg, and I'm riding alongside what is usually the River Wylye. It's completely burst its banks. The actual main part of the Wylye is that defined bit along there, but either side it's flooded right across to the A36. Not sure if I'll have problems along here. There was an Environment Agency warning for possible ground floods here. Nothing serious like danger to life, but just I am aware that I may need to detour onto the A36. I also made a bit of a boo-boo with my calculation today. The time allowance is 14 hours and 23 minutes. Because I left at 5:20, I subtracted the 23 minutes instead of added it on. So I've been I've been working to 7 p.m. as my maximum time allowance, and of course it shouldn't. It should be 7:20 plus 23 minutes. What's that? Nearly 7:45 tonight. Complete miscalculation. I only just realised it about 10 minutes ago. It's 5:45 now, and I've just passed through Warminster. I'm just using this cut through from that main road over there to this main road here. I'm going to cut straight across that and head up through Upton Scudamore. May see the fields are flooded there, but look at that for a lovely sunset. Gosh, 5:45. It really does feel like spring is just around the corner. This really wanted to do this ride today because it's about the only dry day for 10 days actually. 5 days behind and another wet 5 days in front, but next week looks like it's going to be dry, and so my next video is going to be a wild winter camp. I haven't done a winter camp for a couple of years now. I've been meaning to. I've been going off and doing youth hostelling instead, but it's very local. It's no further than 25 miles away. It's a really special magical place, then 25 miles back, so I guess that's a 50-mile ride, but it will feel really short after an audax. But also mentally, I think it just stops you getting into a rut, just doing long distances. I can't wait to get out of my tent in the winter again.